Hi everyone, today I am here to tell you about a wonderful new curriculum that I have found. It is from Easy Grammar Systems and it is Easy Grammar Plus. This one is made mostly for middle school, and for my daughter, she just came into the 6th grade, so this is what we are going to be learning out of this year. I want to go ahead and say that I received a free copy of this product through the Homeschool Review Crew in exchange for my honest review. I wasn't required to write a positive review, nor was I compensated in any way. All opinions I've expressed my own or those of my family, and I'm disclosing this in accordance with the FTC Regulations. So I want to go ahead and tell you, so this is, again, Easy Grammar Systems, the Easy Grammar Plus book, and mine is the teacher edition, so it has reviews, tests, and then everything else for the students in there. So I want to go ahead and just show you, when you have the teacher edition, you are going to have the answers on the left-hand side for the student page, which is basically right there on the right hand side. So if you don't want your kids to be able to see the answers that are right on the other side, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make copies of their actual pages. Or what you can do is you can go ahead and buy the student notebook. What I like about this is it has like all the tests and everything already in it, so since I only have one daughter, I figured I would just go ahead and make copies or just rip them out so that she is not looking at the answers. So like this one, I went ahead and ripped it out so that she can see, and she went ahead and did everything on here. Now on the back of her page over here, it didn't actually have the answers. But right next door, it would have had it over here, so that's why I went ahead and ripped it out for her. And plus, it also helps me keep track of everything that she's doing. I want to go ahead and show you in the front, they learn about prepositions in the front of this program. And what I really like is they give them like a little cheat sheet. So I ripped this out too. They're going to be learning 50 different prepositions, and the entire point is they're going to have these memorized by the time they get through. I really like this entire system because it doesn't just move on to something totally new the next day. Like you can see workbook page 23, they are still on prepositions, and in the beginning they are still on prepositions, and there's different ways to be able to teach your kids. There's notes in the teacher's edition, which is awesome, but like in the front you have a bunch of prepositions that you're going to be learning, and each day you're still learning about prepositions. And then eventually you will move on from prepositions and you have nouns, you have verbs, but I really like how in-depth it gets. That like in school, regular school, at least for me, for grammar, we would have so much that we would do. Like one day we would have verbs and then maybe the next day it would move on to nouns. But it didn't give you enough time to actually comprehend and understand everything that you needed to learn about nouns. With this Easy Grammar Plus, it really is. It's easy to teach, easy to learn, and easy to remember because she keeps on the same subject, like the prepositions, for probably at least 2 weeks, and then you're going to move on to something else, but it's going to be based on what you just learned. So she doesn't rush you or anything, and I love how there are notes in there to help the teachers too, because like I said, Mary's going into 6th grade. She's already in 6th grade, I'm sorry, and sometimes I need a little help refreshing how to teach certain things in grammar too, because I have forgotten some stuff over the years myself. So I want to go ahead and say, if you are interested in this product or any of the other Easy Grammar products from Easy Grammar Systems, I highly suggest you go to easygrammar.com. They have a lot of different programs. I think they have a bunch. This one is usually for 7th grade, but it can work for any middle school. If you want to check out what other Homeschool Review Crew members have said about this, then you need to go to the homeschoolreviewcrew.com to go ahead and check this out. And you will see our linkies on there so that you can see the main post and everybody's reviews. Some will be videos like this, and then some will actually be blog posts. And I love checking out all the other reviews on there. So it's really cool to be able to check that out too. And one more thing I did want to show, in the front, she actually has, oh yeah, I wanted to show you too. These are what I was talking about, like the introduction, prepositions. All of this, all the way to page 77, is literally prepositions. So she does not move on from prepositions for a long time. So that's what the main thing that your kids are going to be learning about. And that's awesome because they're going to have such a huge, in-depth knowledge of prepositions. By the time they do move on to verbs, they're going to completely understand. So like this is, you got prepositions, then you're going to be on verbs. Then you're going to nouns, interjections, conjunctions, adjectives, types of sentences, fragments and run-ons, phrases and clauses, adverbs, pronouns, punctuation, capitalization, and then letters. I really like how she included letters because no one really writes letters anymore, but you need to know how to address things. Like sometimes I get something in the mail and I have to actually write back, and I need to know how to write a business letter. I need to know how to address an envelope. And these are things that are, I guess, considered old-fashioned, but you still need to learn them, just like kids today still need to learn how to write out a check in script so that, if you're giving a check to someone, then it can go through the bank. And a lot of kids don't even know how to do cursive handwriting anymore to write out a check, or even what a check is because of debit cards. So I love this entire program. I'm really thoroughly impressed with it. I really have a lot of confidence that Mary's going to be able to understand all of her grammar this year. And whatever we don't use in 6th grade, since this is also made for 7th, we're going to go ahead and use for 7th grade because, as you can see, this is a huge book. There are 665 pages in this book. So, I mean, this thing is huge. So there is so much to be able to use. And like I said, if you don't want your kids to see the answers, either you can buy the student workbook, or if you just have one kid like I do, you can buy the teacher edition, and you can just go ahead and make copies of the pages, or you can just rip them out and save them. That's what I do. I save all my workbook pages in a binder for the year and just label it like 6th grade or 5th grade. So I hope you guys enjoyed this entire review. I'm really impressed. And again, this is Easy Grammar Plus from Easy Grammar Systems.